Um, Welcome to today's deep dive. We have a really fantastic mission for you today, exploring a beautifully reflective blog post.
Yeah, it's titled Confidence Isn't Built Alone, The Power of Women Who Show Up.
Right, and it's by Karrie She goes by some pretty unique titles, actually. Lifestyle Encourager, Confidence Catalyst, and Sparkle Coach for Women Ready to Shine.
Which tells you exactly the kind of warm energy she's bringing to this whole topic.
It totally does. And right off the bat, she tackles this massive myth that so many of us, quietly believe.
The idea that you have to build your confidence completely in isolation.
Exactly. We somehow think personal growth is like an 80s movie montage where you just lock yourself in a basement and work harder and push harder.
And magically emerge brave enough to face the world, but that isolation piece is the trap. Culturally, we have this ingrained idea that true strength is completely self-generated.
Right, like you have to do it all yourself.
But psychologically speaking, pushing harder in a vacuum usually just leads straight to burnout or raging imposter syndrome. Karrie really nailed this point when discussing how confidence accelerates when someone simply stands beside you.
Yes, just standing there without judgment or competition.
Exactly. Just looking at you and saying, you've got this.
I love how she tied this into faith and confidence, too. It's just a profound realization that we aren't built to generate all our courage internally.
We really aren't. And Karrie shares these highly specific examples she's witnessed over the years to prove it.
Like things that started as casual conversations about jewelry and style, naturally turning into this fierce circle of women showing up for one another.
Yeah, or customers popping into a party literally just to say hello.
Or women completely rallying around a brand new stylist on her very first launch, just to make sure she felt supported.
Think about the behavioral science behind those moments for a second. Popping into a launch party just to say hello seems tiny.
It does seem really small.
But to that new stylist who is likely terrified of failing, that simple hello acts as a physiological buffer against self-doubt. It proves confidence is a shared resource.
I have to tell you honestly, this line from Carrie's blog stopped me in my tracks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It reminded me of a time I was terrified to speak at a big industry event. I was shaking backstage, doing the whole imposter syndrome spiral.
I remember you mentioning that.
And right before I went up, a colleague just squeezed my arm and whispered that they are so lucky to hear what you have to say.
Yeah.
That tiny bit of sideline cheering entirely changed my posture.
That is exactly what Karrie means about having someone help you try something new or wear something bold or just say yes to an opportunity.
It really is.
Pulling back to look at human nature, your story highlights a fundamental truth. Humans simply aren't meant to do life or growth alone.
No, we rise faster when someone is clapping from the sidelines.
And for you listening right now, if you have ever been that person, if you've ever shown up to encourage someone or lift another woman along the way, please recognize the actual psychological impact of what you're doing.
You're part of something incredibly vital. Karrie offers this warm reminder that there is always room for one more woman at the table.
Which means you, listening to this, might be exactly the spark of encouragement someone else desperately needs today.
Absolutely. And for anyone looking for a practical way to apply this, Karrie cultivates it beautifully.
She really does. In two specific places, actually. She shares a short reflection every Saturday via her email list inside the Sparkle Lounge.
Yes, and she also runs a VIP community called Sparkle and Shine with Karrie, where women actively practice celebrating wins and cheering on new beginnings together.
It's just a great way to put the psychology of community support into action.
You can read the full blog and discover more of Karrie's favorites and Sparkle tools at thesparklelounge.com.
Which leaves a pretty important question to ponder today. If confidence is a resource we can actively generate for each other simply by showing up, whose confidence could you completely transform today with just a 5-minute drop-in or a simple word of encouragement?